Recording in progress.
I've bought a new clapperboard, but I haven't got it with me. It's downstairs.
And my one's downstairs as well, actually.
Well, that wasn't very well planned, was it?
I'm on the 10th floor at the moment in the
I
marketing.
would. Yes. Who is that over your left shoulder? They look quite attractive.
That's the grumpy old gays marketing executive.
Is it? Oh, is that Marcus? The
That's
other Marcus.
not the Marcus. That's
You have
Marcus.
to be called Mark or Marcus to actually do this podcast.
Well, do you know what? I've got something I'm going to be grumpy about straight away, just on
Go
that
on then.
subject.
Okay.
You go to Starbucks. You
Yeah.
go to they ask you your name.
Yeah. That's why I don't go to Starbucks because I don't want to give that information out.
Me neither. So I gave them it. I get my drink.
Yeah.
They had written my name on the cup, Mark
Yeah.
Wherkay.
Mark Wanker.
No, with a,
Marky Walky.
no, Mark with a K. That's how they spell Witherkay. Mark with a K. My name
That
is
is
not.
quite that is quite funny though. They were
Oh,
trying to be funny and it fell a bit flat, I think.
I'm going to register that with equity. I'm going to have that as my stage name.
Mark with a K. Yeah, why not? Absolutely. You could make it your drag name. Dear, oh dear. Now, it's really important for the audience to know that I'm a massive Archers fan, the Archers, and Marky has just spent the last 4 months catching up with everything in
Just
the Archers.
explain why we're on Zoom, okay? Because
Oh, okay.
this guy is so difficult to track down. He's up and down the MC
Busy. Yeah.
that we could not be in the same place. So it is it's
Sorry.
3 p.m. on Wednesday. This should have gone out at midnight, like
Sorry. Sorry.
late and getting out. But it's the good news is when you get to see this, you know it is literally recorded minutes ago. Um,
Yes. And we are getting together at the weekend to be able to record some more together.
we do a recipe one at the weekend. Yeah,
Yeah, good idea. People like the recipe ones, don't they?
you were going to say sorry.
What was I going to say? Yes, we're both fans of the Archers because Marky's been caught up with the Archers and he's now caught up. So if you're an Archers fan, the Archers on BBC Radio 4 and BBC Sounds. If you're not, don't worry, this segment is not going to last very long. But if you are a fan, what are you doing? What
I'm
are you
just
doing? Are you adjusting your lighting, love? If you, oh no, it was better the way it was.
that's
You're so funny. Um, um, I was just going to say, if you're a fan of Coronation Street as well, the guy that's just got in to Coronation Street as the gay one is Harrison Burns, who was the policeman in the Archers, and like he's jumped ship to Corrie. As I understand it, he is going back to the Archers, Marky, but I don't know. Depends how popular it is, doesn't it?
yes. I've just crammed in 4 years worth of the Archers in four
Amazing. 4 months.
4 months, or whatever.
You're
But
going to get withdrawal now because you'll only be able to listen to 12 minutes a day.
and I stopped listening to it a little bit before lockdown, and Mark kept on about it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have to go backwards and listen to it all. So things that have they're quoting things that happened 2 years ago in the art. They're quoting like when we got together 2 years ago. And I'm thinking,
It's like that was only 2 weeks ago.
well, I suppose it was two Christmases ago on the Archers, yeah. Um,
But just a thought, if you're an Archers fan, I'd love you to put it in the comments. And we do want you to subscribe and like the podcast. Please do that. And then you never know what might happen.
and if you're thinking, oh, how naff is that? To honestly, if you like EastEnders, if you like Corrie,
It's better than that. The pictures are better.
12 minutes a day at your
Yeah.
leisure, you can download it, and
Or
the
an hour and a quarter on a Sunday.
pictures are
They
better.
are.
Some of them have got
I
great.
know what all the characters look like. You don't need to tell me.
So yes, you are on the road. Literally, I'm going to screen grab this because I've actually caught you at home. So
Yes.
and that's a rarity. So tell the subscribers like and subscribe. Tell the subscribers what you're up to and what you're doing and
Well, the thing is, our ITV studio has moved to Warrington, Fortunately, my sister lives in Manchester, so that's good. So I can go and stay with her. But we now do the ITV live stuff from Manchester at night time, from Warrington rather than from London. And also I'm up and down to Nottingham doing TikTok a couple of times a week as well. So I'm back up there tomorrow. So it is quite busy. What I noticed though over the bank holiday weekend, they said over Easter weekend, we're taking the roadworks away. We're taking the roadworks away. And yeah, and a couple of places they had taken the roadworks away, but they'd also kept the speed limit in place. Like, what the is the point of that? Seriously.
Say the point. Money.
Really?
Yes, because if they take the speed limit back to 70, then somebody will claim the day after the roadworks go back in. Oh, I thought it was back to it was 70 over the weekend.
Yeah,
so
true.
This way they can still continue to get people and sting them for speeding.
Yes.
And
yeah,
more chance
absolutely.
of doing so on a bank holiday.
Do you know the other bad thing about doing it on Zoom is that messages come through. I just had to swipe submit. Oh God, I'm swiping messages away. It's like, go away. I'm busy. I'm busy talking to my people. Thank you. Oh God, I've had to make an admission on the radio because they were playing the new Eurovision song, which actually isn't too bad. The UK entry for Eurovision this year is not actually too bad. But I've had to make the admission that I'm the worst gay in the world because I don't like Eurovision, and I know you do, Marky, but I'm not a. It's like I'm going to have my gay card club card removed.
I don't just like it; I live and breathe it. And as you know, every year my parents arrange for me to be born on the weekend of Eurovision. So I celebrate my birthday that same
Yes.
week. Yeah.
Do you know what you want for your birthday yet? He's terrible for buying presents for, by the way. Tell the viewers what you would like apart from Amazon gift cards.
Do you know what? I'm quite happy because we on our birthdays we do two things on our birthdays. One, we always meet up, the pair of us, and we have lunch at the Old Compton Street.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that. That's nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
And the other thing is we then celebrate it again in Gran Canaria.
Yes, we do.
And we have a party at our apartment, and all our friends, 30, 40 friends turn up. They don't come out for the party. They're already there.
They're already out. They've been out for years.
And we celebrate, and we go back a year every year. So we're getting younger at each party.
He says we go back a year. We go back 5 years. We're going to be 35 this year. It's amazing.
Yeah, we need a. I thought, and I thought we'd do a murder mystery.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
So
as long as I can be Scooby Doo.
There's two big things. I'll be Thelma. There'll be.
I should be Shaggy on holiday, shouldn't I?
Okay,
Scoop.
On a serious grumpy note, there's some big news this week. Of course, unless you're in a.
Oh well, the news. It's like even whether you choose not to listen to the news at the moment, the news is just it gets more and more ridiculous. Who would predict that the Pope would be at the Vatican on Easter Sunday and have died on Easter Monday? I mean, it's that was not on my 2025 bingo card.
It was exactly the same when the Queen died. I mean, she shook hands with two prime ministers and then popped her clogs.
Yeah. There are lots of conspiracy theories online, which we won't go into, but you can have a look yourself as to what may or may not have happened.
I'll tell you what I found really not surprising, because it's not really surprising, but fascinating was, I guess in prior years when we've lost popes, and I only remember John Paul II.
Yes, the one after that and the one after that. Yeah.
With the clarity of our television screens now in 4K and ultra 4K, is normally when they would have had an image on the news of the Pope lying in an open casket, it would have been very. Now it's almost like you could see the nostril hairs. It's such a high definition. I know that's a bit, but it's kind of you can't not look, but at the same time you think, oh, is this a bit disrespectful?
I was going to say, don't worry, viewers. He already knows he's going to hell.
I've got a reserved space. And the that happened in the news last week between us filming last week's episode and now
Yep.
is Gene Hackman. They released video footage that really made me grumpy. They released
Weird.
video
Yeah.
footage home and the police going into his and they pixelated out the dead bodies. And I'm thinking,
Thanks
really?
for that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't expect this of anyone, let alone a celebrity. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not that they should get any preference, but why have we got to see this? This is something that shouldn't.
Yeah.
This is police footage. Why are they releasing this?
Exactly. It is weird because do you not think in this internet age that people are becoming more and more rubbernecky, they're becoming more and more dark in what they're looking for, and it's the news organizations, well, in inverted commas, are racing to the worst possible thing that they can put on.
And also that we can be offended about the most simplest of things, and the things that should offend us, like somebody's privacy being invaded like that with the police. Everyone's like, give me more, give me more, give me more.
Yeah. The things we should be offended at, as in a high court ruling or a Supreme Court ruling. Can I just say, from our perspective on the Grumpy Old Gays, a trans woman is a woman, a trans man is a man, trans people are people. Leave them alone. It's 1% of the population. What the fuck? And listen here, gay guys. Listen here, gay girls. If you are not with that statement, they come for us next. So fair warning.
And me and my co-host lived through the 80s when they bought in.
Yeah.
When they bought
Section 28.
28. Just go and Google it. Just go and Google it. It's the 80s all over again. And Mark can't say it because of his status on Twitter. I'll say it. They're fuckers to do it. Absolute fuckers to do it. And Keir Starmer on the news saying, "Well, I'm so glad that we've got some clarity on this." No, what that's really saying.
Clarity. Yeah.
What that's really saying is, you didn't want to say what you believe to be a woman, so you're relieved that somebody else has said it for you. So you can.
Sadly, they've gone the wrong way. Oh, and I was having this conversation. This is just a very quick side note. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who's a girl just a few minutes ago, saying, as far as I'm aware, all girls' toilets, all ladies' toilets are cubicles anyway. Doesn't matter who's next door to you. Seriously, well, you're in a locked cubicle for crying. It's not like you're in the gents' toilet where all your wangers are out.
It's much like
sorry for the use of wangers.
There's 2 cubicles that are generic. You're going into one, you shut the door. And the other thing that nobody's picked up on yet is, of course, okay, let's say for 1 minute, you're right, women's only, you're right, and women's only space should be women's only. So now you're going to get all the trans men going into the ladies.
And they're big, beefy blokes.
Absolutely. And I think most women didn't fear trans women go, because if you got to that stage,
not sensible women anyway. No,
transitioning, for God's sake, this was initially started as something else, i.e., sport, and
this is a pathetic right-wing dog whistle, so that we don't look what's really going on. I mean, the fact that you can see what's really going on with the Trumpian world anyway, as every day unfolds, is a bit concerning.
Shame on J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, totally.
Shame on you. Not just because
of her. And if you're watching, thinking, "Oh, I'll unsubscribe because I don't believe in that." We don't want you anyway.
If you don't know J.K. Rowling's views, just go on X for 5 minutes.
Look them up. Yeah,
because
disgusting.
That's a nasty piece of work she is, and it's no wonder that every actor that worked with her on the films has gone, "We don't want to be associated with you." Every single one.
Indeed. Right, on to slightly less pressing matters. Anyway, well, that got our juices flowing, didn't it? Heavens above. Good Lord. What else are you grumpy about this week?
Our male-only space. What else am I grumpy about? I'm grumpy about Mickey Rourke. Okay, and I know.
Remind me who that is.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I'm too young.
Well, no, you're not too young. You would have remembered him from the 80s, but most
What?
people are talking about him from Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, I don't do Big Brother. So okay, carry on.
So Big Brother, if you're watching this, you know the concept behind it. Celebrity Big Brother, they pay them lots of money to come over. And this happens with every reality. It happened with Pamela Anderson on Dancing on Ice. It happened with somebody on Strictly. It happened with somebody numerous times on Celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
They pay them shed loads of money. Oh, Jungle, shed loads of money, and then bugger me sideways with a broom. Within the first week, they're voted out, spookily voted out, and I suspect heavily that their agents are now working with this guy. Look, you get £1 million, all right. It's a 3-week show. If you win it, right, you've earned £1 million, and you're going to go on the Hall of Fame for Celebrity Big. If it's not looking great, all you got to do is get voted out. If you get voted out, you'll keep your money. And you lasted you 3 or 4. Pamela Anderson did it. Somebody else did it with the Jungle.
So if you walk, do you not get the money then?
You don't get the money if you walk. No, it's in the contract. You don't get the money if you walk. So they do their best to get voted out because they get their first class over, they get their accommodation, they get their of course their fee, they get their flight back. If they walk, they get nothing. And they've been paid nothing before they go in. So they get nothing on the way out. So this is one of those, just get voted out and you keep all your money. We'll build it in the contract that you don't have to do the PR afterwards like all the other ones do on the lane. And it's kind of like, if the public just don't get it, they go, oh, they voted Mickey.
So why are you grumpy about him particularly? Has he been an arse?
It's just the whole concept of, if you're going to come and do a show like this for reality, come and do it. Come and do it. Don't just do the £500,000, £1 million and then bugger off, because he's not got paid because he got kicked out.
For doing something he shouldn't have done.
Yes, for being transphobic, for being homophobic, for being an absolute tit.
And arguably, because of that, he shouldn't have been cast in it in the first place.
And everyone's making excuses for him, saying, "Oh no, but he's been living in solitary confinement for 6 years, so he's not used to it." He's not been living in solitary confinement. He said he hadn't worked for 6 years.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
And being on his, he will have had people going in to do his shopping. He'll have had people going in to do. He's got a television. He's got the internet. He's not been in a confined cell for 6 years. He's literally been living in luxury for 6 years, and they paid him supposedly £500,000 to come over, and he was in there 4 days. 4 days.
Do you want to pay me £500,000 to say some really obnoxious things?
Darling, knowing my luck, I'd only get 100 grand. So,
love it. Right, okay. Well, I think that's probably our time for today, but we will be together again. Oh, I'm not sure that's the best. Together again. No, don't do that.
I'm with it.
Oh my God. But we will be together again in next week's episode.
Right. Yes, that's it. Let's say over and out. Comments, please. Comments,
yes.
Please. We're going to do an episode. Probably, actually, we could do it whilst we're cooking. We're going to do an episode where we literally just read back some of your comments,
addressing people's questions and comments. Yes, good idea.
And we'll relate them to which episode it's related to. So,
okay.
Comments would be, even if it's just something, well, not too.
We love you, boys.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complimentary. You can be constructive. I said constructive, not destructive. And we'll take the comments on board, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Don't be destructive, otherwise he might unleash himself.
So somebody's watching this now, Mark. When are you on? What's it?
Oh, forget about that. They might be watching in a month's time. It's all good. Right. This ain't a great big plug for everything else.
Bye.
Bye.